When designing a character, it's important to make sure that they're unique in some way. By doing this, characters are able to have their own identity and will more often be able to find a niche within their respective games. But there's a limit to how unique a character can be before that uniqueness turns into a gimmick. And more often than not, gimmick characters can see some success, but usually as you reach the higher levels of play, those characters are nowhere to be seen. For example, give an agent a camera or the ability to fly, and players will find a way to use that to their advantage. But give an agent the ability to make footstep sounds, and suddenly they're almost unplayable. This is Yoru in a nutshell. Yoru's currently one of the worst agents in Valorant. He has the lowest pick rate in pro play and is considered by most people to be a troll pick. But despite that, he's also one of the most popular agents in the game and is a fan favorite amongst the Valorant community. The combination of his design and potential for skill expression give him what I believe to be that X factor that makes him so popular. But unfortunately for Yoru mains, it's not really worth playing an agent that requires so much investment just to be able to do what a Jett or a Raze can do for a fraction of the effort. He has such a high learning curve that you can't really just pick him up. You have to literally be playing at a level above your rank a lot of the time to even compete while playing him, since his kit really doesn't do much to help the player using him. And his role in a team comp is also really confusing to a lot of players. He's a duelist, but a lot of players say his role is to be a lurker. Others say no, he's supposed to be an entry. I'm here to tell you that they're both wrong. Just like me in high school, his actual role is to warm up the bench for the agents that actually have playtime. Yoru's first ability is his Gate Crash, which is free, and he gets one charge that refills itself every 40 seconds. You can place down a tether, either having it stay still or travel in a direction Yoru's facing, and once on the ground he can use it to teleport to the tether after a short delay. This ability is honestly pretty good in my opinion. It allows Yoru to quickly rotate somewhere if he had the foresight to throw it down early, and can even be combined with his flash to get behind enemies quickly and get kills for free on blinded enemies. This is his main entry tool as a duelist, and after the buffs he had a while ago that let this ability recharge, there's pretty much no reason to not always have this thing down somewhere for if you ever get in trouble and need a quick escape. But unfortunately, for how good I said it was, it's also kind of difficult to use. Most of the time, Yorus I see don't even put it down to begin with because, I don't know, they're saving it for the next round I guess. And when they do put it down, if they decide to take it, they usually just end up getting killed by an enemy that was camping it anyways. Knowing how to use this thing unfortunately takes more than the 7 IQ points the average solo queue player has, and because of that this ability is just not as useful as it should be. Maybe use it to TP back to agent select and pick a different character. Yoru's second ability is his blindside, costing 250 credits per charge, and he can hold up to 2 charges around. This ability is very similar to a Phoenix Flash, but it's better in pretty much every way. Not only does it have a longer duration, but because it can be thrown a pretty far range, it's useful in more situations. It can be used to flash someone at the back of a site, or something like a Hell on Ascent, and can be combined with this TP to quickly get on top of the enemy you flash to confirm the kill. It can also be bounced off the ground to create a quick pop flash on the fly when you need to. It's also the best flash in the game for blinding your whole team. The truth is, even though it has so many great uses, I've literally never seen this flash used correctly. Are there even standard flashes for this agent? Every time I spectate a Yoru, which is every game by the way because they're always baiting the team on entry, it seems like they're just making shit up on the fly and end up flashing themselves, dying, and then going AFK. 99% of Yoru mains couldn't flash an enemy if they took their clothes off, so most of them just end up flashing themselves back to iron. Yoru's last ability is his Fake Out, costing 100 credits per charge, and he can carry up to 2 charges per round. This is Yoru's fake footsteps, which imitate the sound of real footsteps and can set off certain util like a Cypher Trip or Raze Boombot. The only problem with this is that for some reason Riot decided to make them sound different than any other footsteps in the game. This has to be some kind of a joke. When Yoru activates his footsteps, if the enemy just pays attention, they can tell that they aren't real. Because of this, Yoru's footsteps are barely even an ability. Yes, there are ways that you can still mind game and trick enemies into looking the wrong way, but there's one fatal flaw in that plan. You're hoping that the enemy team is actually using a headset. And when it comes to Yoru, it seems like enemies are always listening to sound cues except when you're playing him. And most people don't even try to mind game with them anyways. They just throw them in a direction they're already walking anyways, effectively just warning the enemy that you're definitely there. This ability could be literally anything else and Yoru would be way better, even if it was no ability, because at least that way you won't be trying to use them in a way that actively hurts your chances of winning. Honestly, just save the 200 credits and buy yourself a nice light shield on your save round, because God knows you're about to lose this round. I mean, you are playing Yoru after all. Yoru's ultimate's Dimensional Drift and costs 6 ultimate points to use. This ultimate allows Yoru to equip his mask and become invisible and unaffected by all damage. This is, as far as I'm concerned, the best part of Yoru's kit. This ultimate's honestly pretty good. And unlike his TP that requires something that resembles skill to use, Yoru's ult is honestly not that difficult at all. It can get information pretty much for free for either you or your team to follow up on, and thanks to the buff he got a few months ago, he can use his TP ability even while in his ult. So as long as you put it down, you can always get out if you're stuck, surrounded by enemies and your ult's about to run out. Not to mention, this ult also makes him the best shorty user in the game because of the gun's super quick pullout time. This means that it's actually super easy to get a cheesy kill by ulting on top of someone and then quickly popping them with the shorty. This ult gets a thumbs up from me. Good job, Riot. Now, go grab a snack before you queue up because you can't bottom frag on an empty stomach. Yoru is one of the most popular agents in Valorant. He has a very skill-intensive kit that allows for really good players to make really cool outplays. He has one of the most fun kits to use, but requires a high agent mastery to be able to really get value out of him. Because of this, he's been seen as a troll pick ever since he was released. And honestly, if your main focus is to climb in competitive, you should probably stay away from him, or else you'll ruin your rank. Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you left a like. Also, if you have any suggestions for agents you want to see me talk about in this series, please leave a comment letting me know. If you're interested, consider checking me out on stream at twitch.tv/jittersval. I stream every Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. EST. Also, follow me on Twitter if you'd like. I post updates on there pretty often. And if you want to join my Discord community, there will also be a link in the description for that as well. And finally, don't forget to subscribe for more Valorant related content.